Hi guys, in today's video I thought I would do a video about fragrances I've gotten rid of and fragrances that I plan on getting rid of in my collection. I feel like my hair is never put together in these videos, but I know y'all did not come here for a hair video. Okay, let's start with the ones that I do not have anymore. So first is Pink Sugar by Aquolina. I think I've mentioned this quite a few times, but for me this was very artificial. I remember smelling this in middle school and thinking it was the perfume, like super caramel. I never owned it, but I would always smell it on people. And so when I finally got it in 2020, I was so confused. Like, I don't know if they went through a reformulation, but it didn't even smell like caramel to me. It just smelled like a generic sweet like hairspray type of smell, and I was so disappointed because I think even Bath and Body Works has better quality gourmands. I just suggest that you do not even buy it. Okay, next is Rebel Fleur from Rihanna. This is just super patchouli heavy for me to the point where it's just not working well with me. I don't mind patchouli in the base notes, and patchouli is in the base notes here, but for some reason it just completely takes over. You don't smell the peach, you don't smell the plum in my opinion, you don't smell the coconut. Like, it could just be my nose, it could just be the bottle I got, but I did end up gifting it to my mom because she enjoyed it. Maybe if I were to smell it again, it would be better. I bought it in the very beginning of my fragrance journey, and so I do know that you kind of have to get used to patchouli, but anyway, I just disliked it that much that I immediately had to get rid of it. Okay, next is Olympea by Paco Rabon. I could not with the salt note, I could not with the ginger flower note. There was also ambergris, which I'm not sure if that was the culprit, but I think it was the salt note because I went ahead and tried Olympia Intense as well, and I already plan on selling this. It is up for sale at this current moment. It might sell, I'm not sure, but as of right now, I still have it. I'm still trying to get rid of it because it's not my thing. It's amber, salt, and vanilla. I thought, what could go wrong? I say this to myself every time. But again, the salt just completely overpowers it. I understand there's only 3 notes, but even in Olympia, that was the same case. Like, I never understood why people would get offended by fragrances or think that a fragrance was overpowering until I smelled both of these. They're just way too much in my opinion. Okay, I just sold this one. This is Gerland's La Petite Robe Noir Intense. This is just too masculine for my liking. The notes are just not accurate. Once again, kind of like Rebel Fleur, the patchouli does take over in this, except I like the patchouli in this. Like, the scent profile doesn't make it sound like it's going to be as masculine as it is. It has blueberry, cotton candy, raspberry, it has rose, orange blossom, jasmine. Like, I thought that this would be such a safe blind buy. I was excited to smell the blueberry, but you don't smell the blueberry. Like, you might smell a little bit of the cotton candy. Like, it does have a sweetness to it, but to me it still pulls so masculine, and I said in a previous video when I hauled it that it just doesn't match my personality, so I'm not going to keep it in my collection. I was kind of just wearing it for bed and stuff, but I can't justify keeping it in my collection, you know what I mean? So I am getting rid of that, and it has sold. Okay, and the other one that I sold is Jean Paul Gaultier's La Belle. So I know this is one of the most popular fragrances on the market right now, and it sold pretty quickly, as I knew it would. It's just pear, vetiver, vanilla, and it does smell like a very authentic, realistic, juicy pear. The vanilla complements nicely. I think there's nothing wrong with the composition, but something in my head gets a headache. And I posted about it on Instagram. I have a new Instagram for fragrance, so feel free to follow. And I had 1 or 2 people comment saying that they had the same experience and that it was headache inducing for them. So I think there might be something to that. I am so interested in the Le Parfum Intense because it takes out the vetiver and adds tonka bean, and I love tonka bean. And I've tried pear in fragrances. Like, when pear is in a fragrance, I feel like you don't smell it. You know, with Black Opium, or in my experience with Thank You Next, I don't smell the pear. And so with this one, you legitimately smell the pear, and I thought I would like it, but I don't. Anyways, I watched Amanda Coco Cabana's review, and she said the Le Parfum Intense, the pear is like not as juicy, it's a bit toned down, and that just the tonka bean makes it richer, I think is what she was saying, and that just sounds way more up my alley. She prefers this one, a lot of people prefer this one, so I'm glad I found a home for it. Okay, now the ones I'm trying to get rid of, and no one wants them, I don't think. First is Mariah Carey's Mine Again. So the reason people probably don't want to buy some of these from me is because they are easily accessible on FragranceNet and such. Anyways, Mine Again, this is cotton candy, chocolate, By the way, when I'm sniffing these and stuff, I do sanitize them before I ship them out. So if somebody were to buy this, I would obviously sanitize it. I mean, when I smell it, it's kind of pleasant, but then when I put it on my skin, it's too powdery. So I always say it's kind of like chocolatey powdered donut, but also like baby powdery. It's not necessarily like powdered sugar because it is baby powdery as well, if that even makes sense. I don't know, I just don't like it. What can I say? It's just not my favorite, so I hope somebody wants it from me. If it gets to the point where nobody's really wanting it, I might just end up giving it for a really cheap price or just giving it to a friend for free. Okay, let's just do the celebrity fragrances first. I only have one designer that I haven't sold yet, besides Olympea Intense. But this is Britney Spears Midnight Fantasy, so it smells like shampoo. I know this is a popular fragrance though, so I thought somebody would snatch it up, but again, it's available on FragranceNet and stuff. Or a lot of people have this already, you know what I mean? It's not bad, it's just not my type of scent. I don't like soapy, shampoo-y scents, so just definitely not something I want to hold on to. Okay, next is something I was sure I would like, but I do not. It is Private Show by Britney Spears. Not that I don't like it, it's just, it's better than Pink Sugar, don't get me wrong. But it has that same artificial, basic, generic sweet scent. I don't get the coffee, and if I do, it's like the faintest side of coffee. It's like when people make their coffee and put a crap ton of milk in it, like that's what this is, which would make sense because it has notes of whipped cream and dulce de leche, but I don't even smell the dulce de leche, to be honest. I have been using this to mix with other fragrances, and it does its job, and when I do put it on, it's nice, but I mean, just because it's a celebrity perfume doesn't mean it has to be this basic. I mean, even Fantasy is more interesting than this, so not a fan. I'm trying to get rid of it. And then I have Givenchy Live Irresistible Delicieuse. So this is not a popular fragrance, so I don't even think people are like searching for this on Mercari. Like 2 people have liked this post, so I keep like offering them deals and they won't take it. I mean, I'm still pricing it, you know, at a costly price because it is Givenchy, and I did lower it quite a bit because, you know, it has been used and there is like a scratch on the lid or whatever. But anyway, I think ultimately like people are on budgets or whatever, and I understand like this is just not a necessity. I like it. It is powdery rose cherry. The cherry to me is not cough syrupy. There is almond in here too. I think the roses just make it a little too powdery, and for me it's not a love. I don't need it in my collection, and if I can get rid of it and make a profit, or not a profit, I won't be making a profit, because what I bought it for was like 74 or something, but if I can, you know, get money back and probably spend it on another perfume or spend it on bills, like that would be great. So you guys, that was my entire video of fragrances that I've gotten rid of or I'm trying to get rid of. So let me know if you want some of them. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you in my next video.